Okay, I'm gonna mute again. Yes, so again, you have 5 days to make awesome things happen at the end of the month. And we are gonna talk about how to get there. I'll get there, but I just wanted to remind you, 5 days, not, oh, 5 days, dang it. No, 5 days, I have 5 whole days. Okay, couple things that are going on in our team. We have Coach Basics going on right now, and somebody else is joining us. I do not know who. Oh, it's Angel again, I think. We've got 2 angels today. We have Coach Basics going on, which I believe all of you are in right now. So that's good. We're good. It is a new program that the coach advisory board actually designed. So these are the top coaches that get together on a quarterly basis, and they designed it. It's called the First 30, but it's really not 30 days, it's 42 days, but that's beside the point. It's called the First 30, and it is very good. We are using the content from the First 30 coach training, but we are tweaking it just a little bit so that it's us, not just corporate. I would like to do a free group coming up in March. I'm assuming you all do too. This is a discussion more than me telling you some things. I'm going to unmute everybody. We're doing a free group in March, and I was thinking, and we don't have to do this. I was just thinking we could do like spring soups. The crock pot thing just goes over really well. So that's what I was thinking, was a clean eating, our whole team, clean eating, and we could do some, fresh soupy things. What do you think?
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe 2 posts a day, a clean eating tip and a recipe. And if you want to be the person contributing content, you're more than welcome to. If you want to kind of hang out on the sidelines and see how this goes, but still add your customers in, phenomenal. For those of you who were newer to the free group thing, I think Angel's been in a free group, maybe not run one herself, but she's been in one, and I don't think Misty has. So that would be completely new. So the free groups are a really good way to add value to people's lives without having them have to pay anything. And it's a really good way to start your funnel, I guess, so it's a top level place to start people. At least you can start conversations with them. And, there's really 3 different types of people who join free groups. There's the people who join it with the intent to get to know you better and learn to trust you and then join you. There's the people who are already your people, your customers, your discount coaches, whatever. And then there's the people who do it because it's free. There you go. There's your types of people. And that's okay. They're all good, right? They're all okay. They're all good people. And really the concept behind the free group is to offer value to people's lives. That's it. If you get a new customer out of it, awesome. If not, who cares? It's to offer value. And, I think we spend time on these, but not an inordinate amount of time. So it's not like you're like, gosh, I spent all of 40 minutes finding my recipes and I didn't get one customer. It's 40 minutes. It's fine. We're adding value to people's lives, and that's a good thing. So I don't know. I think we should start it soon in the month of March. March starts in the middle of next week. That's what I was trying to do. Let's get my calendar. And so do y'all have a thought on the date that you'd like to do it? I was thinking a 5-day thing. Maybe we can start it on March 6th. Does that sound good? Anyone opposed to March 6th?
Nope.
Okay. It's on. Free group, and maybe next Thursday. It's really close. Maybe Kimberly will set up a Google Doc, because I don't know how to do it. I just know how to contribute to Google Docs. I don't know how to make one. I'll learn. I'm sorry. But maybe Kimberly.
I can also do it.
Okay. Well, either one. You guys can make a Google Doc and then send it to, or actually post it in the team page.
Yeah, okay.
Post it in the team page, And then if you want to contribute to the content, awesome. But if you're not comfortable yet, that's okay. But let's go ahead and get that going. The sooner the better, and maybe have it solidified by next week so that we can talk about a little bit more about what the content's going to look like. 2 posts today.
I was a new coach about this time last year, and it was a butt group or something, and it came up in my memories. And I wasn't leading it. It was led by Kim and a couple of other coaches who had been around. And it just gives me such great joy to see those come up in my memories now. And, where I was like kind of even a little bit intimidated to invite people to this group that, whatever. And now, not only am I leading free groups and developing free groups and new content, but, leading challenge groups and everything else. And anyway, I just want to encourage you to just jump in. And if you have something to add, do it, because, it's a great way to get your feet wet, I think.
Totally agree. And if you want to do content, it's so easy. Go find a really sweet, good, clean recipe. You're going to post it in the Google Doc. And then if that's all you want to do, that's fine. If you want to have a clean eating tip in there, that's fine too. However you want to do it. But if you don't, I highly recommend that you advertise for the group and add people to it. And then when the people comment, you can follow up with those comments. If they're people that you added, you can follow up with them, and then you're still active in the group. It's not like you're just sitting there like a fly on the wall, because we don't want that either. So Lizzie's going to do that and put that in the team page, and then you can start to contribute to that. Let's see. Okay, because of Coach Basics, we are combining calls, and not very many of them, with Rob and Robin. They're my success partners. They're also Star Diamonds. And we're going to combine our calls. I'm just telling you ahead of time because they're going to be a little early. The first one is next week. So our team call will be on the 2nd at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. I know, and it's not great, but
An event team calls 2nd.
I'll put it in the, so there's only 3 of them. It's the March 2nd, March 9th. I'm sorry, that's not right. No, it is. I think it's just March 9th. I don't know. Oh my. And then March 30th, and that's it. So there's just 3 of them. And then the other ones will all be at 8 o'clock. And I'll make sure and make it very obvious that it's at 7 o'clock and not at 8. But I think it'll be good because we're trying to do some of the Coach Basics topics in those calls. So I think it's a little bit important, and you'll still get lots out of it even if you're not a brand new coach. Okay. The big announcement about Success Club points, did you hear it? That would be that in the past, we've always gotten 1 Success Club point for an HD Shakeology order by itself without a challenge pack. We are now getting 2 of a Success Club points in HD Shakeology, which is huge, you guys. This is a big deal. Okay, so that's one thing that was a real big deal. The other one is that the $199 challenge pack, Beachbody On Demand All Access plus Shakeology, is becoming part of the challenge pack offers, period. It's not going away. It was supposed to go away at the end of February. It's not going away. So that's, I think, really good news. I have not had a whole lot of trouble selling those. We are currently, for the next 5 days, getting 3 Success Club points for that. Starting March 1st, you will get 2. And that's also when the HD Shakeology 2-point thing starts, March 1st. Okay. I need to do something really quick. I don't know where I'm going to find it. I wanted Kimberly to talk about, and I told her, I didn't spring it on her. I wanted to talk about, just because of the upcoming income surge and because it's the end of the month, I wanted it to come from a newer coach, for her to kind of give her perspective on what a paycheck means to her and her family. So I'm going to let her talk.
Okay. So, and if you hear
what it means to Kimberly and her family, who is upstairs jumping on the floor right above our head.
I can't hear it. I can't even hear it. But I
You
believe
get that, Lizzie.
Yeah.
I do believe you.
She's actually going. She's hilarious. Okay, so, I was thinking about this, and, I wish I were one of these, like, really good, very disciplined coaches who was always checking in on the back office and those sorts of things, and I'm not. I mean, I have to be honest, I'm really not. So when I was kind of thinking about this and what does this mean to me, right now it's a little bit of cushion, and I think it's also more, even still after a year of coaching, not to discourage anyone, actually to encourage you that it's the future, it's the idea. So right now, I'm a professor at the University of Montana. I'm tenured. I have a stable job, secure job. And I'm up for full professor promotion, which means that I will be at the highest rank achievable, at an institution, which is great. But that is a fixed ceiling. And especially when things are so bad in academia that they can freeze salaries, not give cost of living adjustments, all those sorts of things when times are rough, that I really can't count on anything other than what that income is. And frankly, it's not really enough here to keep us from living anything other than hand to mouth and maxing out credit cards and things like that. So some things that came up in our last union meeting with our faculty was the idea of possibility, like people taking voluntary pay cuts, or like an across the board pay cut, or incentives for early retirement, or incentives for reduced pay and reduced load. Okay, so these are some things that are being thrown out there. There are professors who are making way more than I do. I'm an arts professor, so I'm not making very much. But let me tell you, and I think this is maybe the most compelling thing I could say about this. So it's not super concrete, but it's still, I hope, compelling, is that I can actually foresee voluntarily reducing my job to a 3/4 job. With the idea that I would negotiate that then 1/4 of that job, so I would reduce to 3/4, negotiate for 1/4 of that to be research. Right now I'm 0.125% research credit, but I would like to have a 0.25% research or more, and then basically half-time teaching. And I would have never had the confidence to have asked for that, or to have even thought that I could potentially, with my husband potentially losing his adjunct job at the same university, saying, I will voluntarily reduce my load to 3/4 time if you will work with me and give me more load relief for my research. That would have never entered my mind. It would have never been a possibility. And so many of my colleagues would never be able to do that because they don't have anything else. The other thing is that Beachbody is my retirement plan. It is. And I have colleagues who are older than me who are going to retire after me. And what I know is that if I can survive in academia for another 7 or 8 years, my loans from my doctorate will be forgiven, and I can quit if I want to. And that would have not been possible before Beachbody. So I'm sorry I don't have anything more tangible. Obviously, this is one of 4 things that Beachbody does help to relieve some load. I was able to take them skiing on Monday. I would not have felt comfortable spending that kind of money for downhill skiing and lessons and everything if it weren't for that extra income. But really, it's more about the future. It's more about planning for the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and beyond. That's what, for me, Beachbody is about.
That's awesome. And I have to say, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity. Each Team Beachbody Coach income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. Okay, that was awesome, Kimberly. That's amazing. I mean, that's your why.
Oh, I'm mad.
You know, so who was it? Was it Angel?
I'm mad.
Angel's why. That was like, I could see where she was like, okay, this makes me mad, and this is my why. Like, it was one of those, you know, right? I mean, it was kind of like, when I read your why, I was like, okay, she's pissed off about this why, and that's what's going to make her get it. Good night, sweetie. Love you.
Aw, Malls.
Nice. But that's, you're going to need to poke him. He's asleep.
Who's asleep?
Frank, you're asleep.
Did I say a big cuss word?
I'll surprise him. So anyway, all right. So, but that was great. That's exactly, I mean, I think that's important. I think it's super important that we talk about that stuff. And now that there's a little bit more openness about it.
Frank.
I'm poking him in the butt. I think that it's really important that we share those sorts of stories. So thank you for sharing that, because that was a good story. And awesome. And the foresight in what you're talking about is great. Okay, I am now going to talk a little bit about hustling at the end of the month, which I have to tell you, I'm in my jammies, is not my, it's not my thing, because I'm not an end of the month person typically. I have been twice or 3 times while I've been a Beachbody coach and end of the month person, but that's it. So this is not coming from my experience. It's coming from what other people have told me. So
I'm gonna go kill my children and send Lizzie to dinner.
okay,
Baby.
okay, we're here.
Yes.
All right. So what I want to talk about is okay. So for those of you who are new coaches, and there's 2 of you in here, the reason why we're talking about this is because there's 5 days left in the month, and because typically, look at Lizzie, she's like running.
We're teaming.
There you are. So the reason why we talk about this is because we are trying to hit Success Club 5 by the end of the month. When you are an Emerald coach, if you hit Success Club 5, you get free customers from Beachbody. If you hit Success Club 10, you get better free customers from Beachbody. So while you're generating your own customers, Beachbody also helps you generate customers as well. So when you hit Success Club 5, you get customers that have never purchased anything typically, or sign up for the free 30-day free trial of Beachbody On Demand. And that's actually a really great opportunity to get a customer. And in my mind, I kind of like the customers who haven't purchased anything before better, because you can talk to them via email, most of them, via email, and they can become Success Club points and active members in your challenge groups. I have 2 people in my challenge group right now that are super active in the challenge group, and they're customer leads. They had never purchased anything, and then they ended up buying challenge packs because we talked about them and what they wanted to do and why they signed up for a free account and all that business. And I'm happy to share with you what I tell the customer leads in terms of emails and how we start the conversation. Just ask. I'm happy to share it with you or put it in the group. It's not a secret. When you hit Success Club 10, you get what's called Success Club leads. And those, and again, you have to be an Emerald to get this stuff, to get these leads. But when you get Success Club leads, those are people that are either HD Shakeology. You don't get credit for that, and you don't get a Success Club point for it, but you do get, the next time their stuff ships, you do get paid for it. And if they ever purchase anything else, clearly you get paid for that as well, same way that you get paid for a regular customer that you generate. But you get, you can get Success Club points from them though. And so those people have already purchased something, so you know that they have a history of committing, basically. And you can talk to people, and they're great. I have had some really awesome leads from Success Club leads. So that's why we hustle at the end of the month, to make sure that we have either Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 locked in, and we're comfortable for it. And a lot of people hit it at the beginning of the month and just call it a day, and then everything they get past that is icing on the cake. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people like the pressure of the end of the month, and that's okay. Or maybe you don't like the pressure at the end of the month, but the month has sucked. So now you are freaking out and you're panicking, and you still want to hit your Success Club 5, and it's the end of the month. And she did it. She got the kids under control. So let's see. So the biggest thing I will tell you about end of the month hustle is belief in yourself. Number one. That's the number one thing. You have to know that you can do this. You've done it before, or maybe you haven't yet, new coaches. Maybe you haven't hit Success Club 5 before, but you know that you can. So bringing in this month, Success Club 5 would be 3 customers, basically. Next month, it'll be still 3 customers, but it'll be easier to get because, like, let's say if you just do an HD Shakeology, that's only 1 Success Club point right now. So that you would have to bring in 5 of those, or, whatever combination so let's see, Misty, just for an example, if you were, so your roommate, that's going to be 2 Success Club points for you. And then your mother-in-law, that would be another 2, that would be 4. So, yes, 2.
Unless she buys after 5 days, she'll be 3.
No.
Oh.
3 right now for the all access. 2, but either, whatever, however you end up doing it. Like if your roommate does the all access, I don't know I can't remember what he's doing, but anyway.
He's doing what I sign him up for.
He's just doing whatever. Okay, so if you sign him up,
credit card.
if you got him on the all access, and we can talk about that when we talk about it, but that would be 3 points. And if you got your mother-in-law, that would be 5. Done. You have Success Club 5 with those 2 people this month, just because of the way it works this month. But, so anyway, you have to have belief in yourself that you can do it. The other thing you have to have belief in is what we do as coaches, that we are good people, that we're out there to help people and to help people get healthy and to help people change their lifestyle, okay? But you have to believe that really strongly, because you cannot communicate with people if you don't believe in them, okay? And then the other thing is you need to believe in our products and what we have, that what we have is the best of the best, that our Shakeology is better than any other crap shake on the market, although ours is not a crap shake, but any other junky shakes that are out there. I looked at a couple days at the grocery store. I was like, really, people? Anyway, but you have to have a very strong belief that it is the best out there. And you need to know that. So if you need to go do some research on some of the other stuff that's out there, do it. Help yourself believe, okay? You know that it works because you've used it. You know that the fitness programs work because you've used them. You know that the eating plan works because you've used it, okay? That's where the belief comes from. And you need to convey that belief to the people that you're talking to. So that's super important too. I know that, and Misty, you and I will talk a little bit about this tomorrow, but about your why. And I know Angel's developed hers. I know Kimberly's. I know Lizzie's. I know mine. Misty's probably got one in her brain, but I don't know it yet, but we'll learn it. But you need to let that why drive everything that you do. If you're doing something in your business and you ask yourself, is this driving me to my why? If your answer is no, stop doing it. It's a waste of time. Okay. So if you're scrolling Facebook, maybe you should stop and ask, is this really a good use of my time? Is this really going to get me to Success Club? Is this really going to get me closer to my why? If the answer is no, then stop, Or if the answer is yes, then I'm going to have to question you on that. But anyway, whatever activities that you're doing, especially towards the end of the month, as you don't have a lot of time left necessarily, a little bit crunch time, that every single action that you do should be to grow your business. Okay? As you know, if you hit Success Club 10 on the 5th of the month, then maybe you can scroll and comment and do a little bit more of that because you have a little bit more of a cushion. But right now, every single thing you do should relate to building your business just at the end of the month. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. That's where that's what happens when I hit the end of the month and I'm not at Success Club 5. I'm like, no, stop scrolling, stop watching TV, stop, everything that I do has to be related to building my business until the goal is met. Okay. Don't feel weird about sharing what we do. I think some people start to feel that way when they're at the beginning. I think I did. My face would turn red when I would talk to people. I would be super nervous. My hands would sweat when I was typing something on Facebook. I'm like, I don't even want to share this. But the thing is that like Kimberly was saying, she was nervous about adding people to a free group a year ago, and now she's running them. And I think that when you start to build the belief in yourself and in what we do as coaches, that you're going to feel a lot better about sharing what we do because the stuff works. Okay, I know that you know that. I know all of you know that. So don't be shy about it. Scream it from the rooftops. What we're doing is changing people's lives. It's making their lifestyles better. It's helping them to decrease cholesterol, decrease stress, decrease all kinds of stuff. And you can't beat that with a stick, y'all. Share it. It's important. Focused energy. I cannot use that stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm such a spaz. No, can you imagine this on focused energy? But believe in it. You believe in it. Talk about it. I think you did the other day, actually. And then my last thing I would say, because we only have 5 minutes left, and I said I would leave time for questions, is that when you follow up with people, follow up like your life depends on it. All the time, really, not just at the end of the month, but really, really, really have your list and use it. Use your follow-up list. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now. I would like for you guys to be able to ask questions because we only have 4 minutes. So please, go ahead. Or not.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is Angel, and I'm new to this whole thing, but I was telling Kim the last time I talked to her just about how I wasn't sure if I would be able to actually coach people and that kind of a thing, but so I kind of said this thing, and I was like, well, if somebody says something to me about Beachbody, then maybe I'll ask them if they're interested in joining. I have osteoarthritis in both of my knees. I posted a picture actually on my Facebook page today of it because I go to physical therapy twice a week. And my physical therapist has a Beachbody program. She has the on-demand, and she has never used it. And I've been consistent with it actually since January 1st. And the reason that I'm in physical therapy is because like all of the squats and the lunges and such, my knees start to kind of hurt and such. So I have been going just to ask them, how I can keep doing this program and how to modify things and whatever. So I'm really nervous to ask her to become a part of my team because she would be the first person that I would be coaching. So I was hoping that tonight on this call I could get some advice on how to go about asking her. I was going to text you, Kim, today, but I was like, oh, she's probably so busy. I don't want to bother her. So I just waited until tonight to share that with you guys because she did say that she wants to start it. But she's like, I'm just so busy and this kind of a thing. So I know that she would be willing to come on board, but I just don't know what the next step is that I need to take in asking her.
Yeah. We are kind of almost out of time. Do you have Voxer?
Yeah. Do I have what, sorry?
Voxer. I'm going to send you a thing to add an app for Voxer.
Sure.
I'm going to start a Voxer with you and me and Kim.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
On that one.
Great.
Because I think that's really great. And then, it may be something that comes up for the larger team too, but that sounds like something that we need to probably spend a little
Sure.
time talking about. And
Absolutely. Yes. So there's only 4 minutes. Sorry.
that's my job, is to help you with that. And then, if it's something that I can't help you with, then yeah, we bring Kim in, or we, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I'll
Okay.
send you some information on getting on Boxer, because it's kind of fun. It's like this kind of walkie-talkie app.
Yeah, Missy need to get that too.
Yeah, it's really
What's
great.
it called?
V as in Victor, OXER.
Got it.
Yes. I just wrote that down too. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Cool.
And the other thing we'll do too, and we'll start that right away, but next week, I think our team call will just focus on inviting.
Okay.
Yeah. And so,
Yep.
But clearly, Angel, you need it before next Thursday. So we'll do that. We'll box that out, man. But we'll have that as our topic, and that's going to be one of the 7 o'clock ones, 7 o'clock Mountain Time calls, I think. And so we'll combine that with Rob and Robin, and that'll be good because they can give their perspective on it as well. And I think they have the longer Voxer version, so it'll be a longer call. Sorry, I'm a little cheap. Okay.
Oh, you mean longer?
They have where you can do an hour-long call where you don't have to quit at 40 minutes because it cuts you off because your coach is too cheap to get the real one. Anyway, all right. So thank you for being here and listening and talking. And we will be back here next week, 7 o'clock, talking about inviting. And y'all get Boxer. Let's get that working. And post stuff in the team page when you have questions. Questions are good. Okay. And comment on that surge, on the income surge, if you want to be in it. Misty, I tagged you as well.
Yeah, I already went into it and looked at it.
Okay, good.
Right now.
Okie dokie. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Night. Bye.
Bye.